really appreciate you guys putting me last after all these great speeches. Oh man, I don't know how I can top them, but just being here today, I'm too excited. I don't even know where. 25 years since I walked into these doors, so I'm just so excited right now. I'm so happy. John Ruth, who's not here, best wishes to him. I remember getting that call from him, and I saw, Miami Hall of Fame, and I was like, they're just playing, whatever. Mike Ward, Coach Ward. Now, I did see his call, and his call said Hurricanes track, and didn't have his number saved. And in today's climate, when he said Hurricanes track, I thought I had another NIL year, deal, another year left. I thought they would wanted me to come back and play. So I said, I'll take this call. And, it was the call I wanted for so long. It just shows that the work you put in was appreciated. And, thank you guys for having me in the hall. I mean, I'm just so excited, man, so excited. To my mom, who's here today, and my sister, thank you guys for being there. I know my dad is smiling down right now. He passed a few years ago. I wish he was here to see this day. It's a long time coming. And Coach Hamilton, who sat there in my living room and told me he wasn't leaving me, 2 weeks later he left me. But I wish he was here. I thought he was going to make it, but he had some things come up today. And, I thank Coach Ham and Stan Jones for sitting in that living room and convincing me to come here. I'm going to get into that in a little while, but just such a good moment for those guys. My Miami family, Eric Batchelor, his wife Brenda, who didn't come, thank you guys for being there since day one in 2000. My family away from my family. I was never homesick or anything because I had the Batchelors right here in Miami. They were the first people I met when I got here, and I really appreciate those guys there. Coach Freeman taught me how to play some defense because I was a scorer. You know that. I can get a bucket on anybody at any given time. Coach Freeman right there was my defensive guy. I'm glad he's here tonight. Lee Husband, she's here tonight, my academic advisor who made sure I went to class, especially after that UConn game because she knew I wasn't going to class that week. Coach Cantro, he's not here today. He was with me on the staff too. I just wanted to thank him, send a shout out to him. David Wyman, I don't know if he came tonight. I was looking for the big afro. I didn't see him tonight, but he was another guy that was instrumental in me coming back in 2018 and finishing my degree. I was so excited for that time. I promised my mom in 2004 when I went to play professionally that I would come back and finish my degree in 2018. I got it done, business administration. And Mr. Wyman was a big part of that. Coach Larry Naga, who also welcomed me, I don't think he showed up tonight, but he welcomed me on his staff as a grad assistant that year in 2019, who helped me get my degree and be a part of the team again, and it felt like home. I was actually the guy who actually signed Isaiah Wong. I took his mom and out to a visit and everybody, and Isaiah Wong came to the University of Miami, and he actually passed me on the scoring list by one. I was hoping he missed those 2 free throws, but just a shout out to him. Also, my fans, I saw a lot of people here that meant a lot to me that came down. I don't think Harry Rothwell is here. I see JD is here. David Eckstein, he's here. These guys, man, they've done so much, just to see them every day in every game to this day. I know where they sit. And I remember watching the game on TV. And I looked on TV and I saw a sign and it said, let Darius Rice in the Hall of Fame. And I think my guys are here who put it there, right here. David right here. JD's back there. And to see that sign on TV, I mean, it meant a lot. It just, like I said, it meant that, the things you've done for this school, for this program, were appreciated. And I really appreciate you guys. I just wanted to send that shout out that it meant a lot to see you guys on TV with that sign up, and I appreciate it. Jeff Schimberg, he's right there, one of the good friends of mine. I talk to him all the time. I'm glad you came. Robert Bell, I'm glad you're here. Corey Bell, I'm glad you're here. All my fans. Mr. Mabry, thank you for taking care of my mom. I'm glad you're here. I made the trip down. My sister Valencia, Gwendolyn, she's here with my sister. I'm just so happy everybody came and showed up to support me. Now I'm gonna get to talking a little bit. I'm the last person here. I can get to talk a little bit. I know you all tired. You all ate and want to go take a nap, but I saw some guys here. That reminded me of a lot of my time here. I'm glad that I'm going in with a great group of people, especially a couple of people that went to school with me. I have Jerome over here. I have Kevin. I see Andrew Williams back there, Mike Rumberg. A lot of those guys that I came to school with, and I remember them because I was a football player too. As a matter of fact, Larry Coker thought I was too. I was walking down the hall one day, and Larry Coker said, "We got practice today." I looked at him and said, "I don't play for you." But coming out of high school and everything like that, my uncle was Jerry Rice. I was a football guy. Everybody thought I was going to be a football player. Stan Jones, who actually was the coach, he coached in Mississippi football, and he watched me at the time, and that's how he remembered me. That's how he recruited me for basketball. And just so happened I grew 8 inches in the summer, and linebackers hit a lot different when you're 6'10" than you're 6'1". So I had to let it go. But, oh, man, my first 2 visits, Kentucky, I committed to Kentucky. It was a great visit. Tubby Smith was there for me from day one, and that's the school I saw myself going to. Tubby Smith was, a big part of the recruiting process. He was with me every single day. He came to my high school, and my last visit was Miami. And he looked me in the eye, he said, "Why you want to go to Miami for? They don't draw any fans. We get guys in the NBA. We're going to make it. You come with me for a year, you're out of here." And I said, "Tubby, I love you to death, man, but I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. I've never been to Miami before. I'm taking my last visit to Miami." So, and the rest is history, man. And to be honest with you, the visit wasn't all that great. It rained the whole time. All I see the palm trees and all the beautiful weather, but my visit for 3 days was rain. The best part of me was sitting in the Mayfair hot tub, at night after night. And I enjoyed that moment right there on my visit because I was like, man, it rains every day. But the thing I would take from it, Miami had a lot of Mississippi ties. Leroy Hurd was here. Mario Bland was here. Like I said, Andrew and Jerome were from Mississippi, played football in Mississippi. I had a lot of Mississippi ties here, and I remember those guys. And I hung out with them on campus, and I just felt the family atmosphere. And I was one of those guys, like I talked that talk too. And Miami had that swagger. The football team had it. The baseball team had it. And what set it apart was when I came here and I went to Kentucky and I saw the Carolinas, I looked up and I saw all these jerseys hanging. By the way, speaking of jerseys hanging, to make up for this little snafu in the book here, it's a spot by Jack McClinton right there. I just want to mention it's a spot right there by Jack McClinton for that number 21. So I just want everyone to think about that. But yeah, the swagger that the football team had and the baseball team had, and I asked myself, when I was deciding, do I just want to be a face on the wall at Kentucky or at Duke, or do I want to start something? And it came down to me saying, I want to be a part of something fresh. I want to be a part of something new. The Miami team was just coming off a Sweet 16, and I wanted to be that guy to take it to the next level. I wanted to be the guy who made it fun to come to Miami for basketball. And it helps me today. I love it today when I have guys, like the Jack McClintons, like the Shane Larkins, the Lonnie Walkers, Isaiah Wongs, who I know Wong didn't, but the other guys said, "You know what, man? I came to Miami because you played there. I remember you playing there, and you were so exciting to watch." And it meant a lot to me that's the vision I had 25 years ago. I came here saying, the fans are not there, I'm going to bring them here. I remember playing in the Miami Arena, 100 people, 150 people, and I remember playing my first game in this building right here. I opened this building. Like Coach Prime said, this is my house. I opened this building, and the first game was North Carolina. We were down by 3 with 2 seconds left. I hit a 3 in the corner. I ran straight to the locker room, went to overtime. We won that game. First game here. And the very next game was the UConn game. It just excited. I was just so excited to see 8,000 fans in an arena compared to the 100, 150 that we got my first few games in the Miami Arena. Just to see 8,000 people here in the Wasco, which was the convocation at the time, I knew that we were headed in the right direction. And I knew this is the reason I came here. And everyone knows what happened that game. And I'm just so excited that I was a part of that. I was a part of changing the stigma about Miami basketball and leading the program to where it is today. Sweet 16s, Final Fours. The program is headed in the right direction, and I'm so excited that I was 25 years ago, the vision I had for the school and for the team is headed in the spot that I saw it going. And I love you guys, man. When Shane Larkin made it, when Jack McClinton, did what he did, Lonnie Walker getting drafted, Isaiah Wong getting drafted, Jordan Miller, even though they didn't have the team this year, I could still see the program going where it needs to go. And that's how I saw it 25 years ago. And, I can keep going on tonight, but I'm gonna try to keep it short for you guys. But just some funny little things that happened when I was here. Since I'm the last one, I'm gonna talk a little bit more. I don't know if Jerome and those guys remember it, but we were in the big football team meeting room one time. Like I said, I felt like I was one of those guys. I'm a football guy. I came here because of the bravado they had, the football team. I looked up to those guys, Frank Gore's my roommate, Kellen Winslow's my roommate. We're suite mates in the dorm. And I remember sitting in that football team meeting room. I guarantee you now we don't have that all-sports meeting room. Remember the all-sports meeting room? Every team had to sit there for a meeting, and I sat in the seat, right? And this was my senior year, and it was the cornerback section. And the cornerbacks are sitting there, and Alfonso Marshall, I remember to this day, walks up, say, "You're in my seat." The cornerbacks made all my players get up, all the basketball team get up and sat on the floor. I said, "Look, I'm an All-American too. I'm sitting here today." And he tried to take the seat from me, and we got a little brouhaha happen right there, but the funny thing is no football player jumped in it. And I was so appreciative. I'm glad I picked on the cornerbacks. I can whoop a little 5'9", 160 guy. That's no problem, But I knew who not to pick on. I wasn't going to the defensive line. I wasn't going to Romberg and this table. No, I knew what section to pick on. But I think to that day, man, the football team looked at me like, yeah, he's one of us. He's a Miami guy. And that's all I wanted from those guys, It was fun. So many fun times. I can keep going. But I just hope that my fans and everybody around appreciated, every moment I hit that court, because every moment I hit that floor, I gave it all I had. I played through 2 herniated discs my junior year. Power cleaning in the weight room, popped 2 discs, never missed a game. I played through epidurals that whole year. And when people didn't know the pain that I went through, dislocated three of my fingers in front of 4 NBA scouts in the practice. And people don't know the pain I played through my junior and senior year. But I just want the fans to know that every single moment I hit that court, I gave it my all for you guys, because I remember playing in front of 75, 100 people. And I knew if I didn't show up, it was going to have a hard time winning. But like I said, I just know I left it all on the court for you guys, and I appreciate everything y'all have done. Thank you.